I'm Chris, 46 Club Runner, and today I've got a cracking video for you. 4 times 1 mile with only a minute and a half recovery. And we're looking to run them at goal pace, which is 6-minute miling. So I'm going to stop talking and let's crack on. Session, let's break it down. So today I was planning to do a 10-minute warm-up, 4 times 1 mile with a minute and a half jog recovery, and then a 10-minute warm down. All went to plan. To be honest, I was a little bit nervous before I started because 2 weeks ago I was pretty much on the kind of the latter half of the goal pace at 6:05. I run 2 6:04s, 2 6:05s, but had 3 minutes recovery. So on this one I cut the recovery by half down to a minute and a half, and I made it into a kind of very slow jog. So I was a bit kind of worried whether I'd be able to kind of finish the session. Weather wasn't great, 16 mile an hour winds, but to be honest, it's kind of swings and roundabouts because obviously going one way it's in your face some of the time, and then obviously running back it's behind you some of the time. So kind of evens itself out. Course is very flat. Over the 4 miles, which is kind of out and back, it's only 19 feet elevation, so it's a perfect course. 17 degrees, a little bit sweaty today, but my breathing was fine today. Right, so let's crack on with the session. First one, which I always find difficult to get yourself kind of, legs turning over, was 6:02, then a minute and a half slow jog recovery. Next one was 5:59 recovery, then 5:58 recovery, and then the last one just gave it a little bit more. I didn't go flat out, which was 5:53. So all in all, was kind of blown away by how I performed considering what I did 2 weeks ago, as I mentioned previously. So I'm chuffed that I managed to find it. It was tough because if we go through. Well, I'd say tough, but it was comfortable tough. If we go through kind of heart rate, my heart rate, the maximum was up to 174, which is difficult to know what your maximum is. I think mine's around about 185, 190. Lactate threshold is around about 168 to 170. So towards the end of each of the sessions, obviously I was getting into that kind of lactate build-up, which is not surprising when you're doing obviously reps with very short recovery. Cadence was between 180 and 198, so bang on the money. I don't know what it is, but I was pleased with that. So all in all, very happy with the session. This gives me confidence kind of going forward. We've still got the rest of this week and then 2 more weeks before obviously the actual time trial. Unfortunately, I messed up on the dates. I thought it was the 7th, 8th weekend, but then that would have been a week short. So it's actually going to be the weekend after. But unfortunately, Bob's busy then, unless his race is cancelled. So it looks like I'm going to be doing it. My dad's coming down to film the bike, so at least I have a bit of encouragement there. But these times are, say, promising. As I said, I was a little bit kind of nervous. And on the warm-up, my legs felt awful. You kind of, before a session, sometimes your legs feel good, you have a bad session, but then sometimes your legs feel awful, you have a good session. So I managed the 10 minutes before, did the session, and then it was around about half hour afterwards. It was only a couple of miles, but I had to do the kind of flyby shots. So the video you just watched, that's done after the session. So if I look a bit knackered, that's because I've just finished the session, and then you do these kind of flyby shots. Because when you're on your own, you know, the only way of filming it is, you know, with GoPro in your hand, but then that affects your style. You know, you might pick up niggles if you're, you know, trying to run as, you know, reasonably fast, because you're going to be slightly off balance. So it's the best I can do. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you're training for any specific goals, or you need any help with any plans. Just give us a shout and I'll get back to you in the comments. And as per always, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.